Hi, good morning to everybody in Applied Portfolio Management. This is Keith to me again. So as mentioned last week, each week I'm going to put together a short little video just explaining what we're going to cover during that particular week. That will include obviously the live Collaborate sessions, but also any other recordings or podcasts, etc. that I'm going to put up. So this week what we're going to be looking at is we're really going to start by looking at the fundamentals of investments again. So just to ensure really that you understand what we're going to be looking at in more detail later on. So what we're going to begin with really is just understanding a little bit more about asset classes. We're going to look at a couple of examples of that. Then we're going to move on to effectively, I suppose, just some of the basic terminology and jargon relating to investments, particularly to do with risk. So we're going to look at essentially chapter 5 from the Bodhi book. So again, remember the full previous edition PDF is up on Blackboard. So we'll be quickly running through those kind of issues related to risk and calculating portfolio returns, etc. Again, some of you might have done this before, but for those of you particularly who haven't looked at that before, we're going to just quickly revise some of those. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to work through some questions, particularly I'm going to just show you some solutions on the likes of, say, CFA type questions for chapter 5. And then we're going to move on to chapter 7. That's essentially diversification. So again, when we look at modern portfolio management, obviously we need to go beyond the standard, say, 2-asset Markovich portfolio, but we have to start somewhere, and we're going to start there. We're going to start with the simple idea of 2 assets and how that works for diversification, and then we're going to move on to obviously more complicated diversification strategies. So that's going to be the main thing this week. Effectively, what I would say about the material this week is there will be some equations and there will be some jargon to understand. Some of those equations will be relevant for the short exam that we're going to get. The other thing we're going to do this week as well is we're just going to explain a little bit more about the group assignment. I'm not going to hand that out this week, but I'm just going to explain a bit more about what's involved so that at least you have a better idea of what's coming down the tracks, as it were, with that assignment. So that's it really. As I said, the main thing really would be to read those 2 chapters from the book. Whether it's the new edition or the old edition, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty much fundamental theory, so it won't really have changed. So as I said, we'll be going through, in addition to the Collaborate session, I'll be putting up some solutions to questions, and then I'll be asking you basically as homework to do some other questions as well. So that's really it for today. So greetings from Salthill this week. Each week I might come to you from a different location, but this is all for today. Okay, thank you.